So to start, there's nothing worse than a date, and then when you add in all of this stuff to it, it just kind of, you really are hitting the nail on everyone's proverbial fear head in 2024. I want to ask, when you are doing something that is kind of one central location and it branches out as this seemingly from the trailer does, what for you both is the fun of getting to have kind of like a central thing to come back to and then going out and to do whatever it is that is happening?
I mean, I think, first of all, like touching on the being in one location for a majority of the movie was really cool. It was a huge challenge because so much of the movie is about people sitting at a dinner table. And so for me as a filmmaker, I was like, okay, how do I make that exciting and engaging and interesting? And so I had to really work really hard with my team to sort of figure out like how can we keep this thing moving and feeling really fresh and snappy. And so that was a really big challenge that I loved. And what's really cool about the movie is that the structure of the movie is very much like a roller coaster where you're sort of on that sort of slow ramp and the tension is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, I hate to use the pun, you reach the drop. But then once you do go over that, it's like you're going. You are going. So it's a lot of fun.
And how is it for you as an actress to kind of, you're a big crux of this is that she has to like do whatever someone says because of something that she can't physically see or interact with.
Right.
How is it for you, like, to getting to unpack a character and how she would interact in that situation?
Well, I think the script really supports that journey generally, and so as an actor, it was sort of it just kind of made sense, like everything that as it unfolded. And I do feel like they did a really good job of sort of, I mean, obviously there are some liberties, some moments where like in anything you're like, would I do that? But I will say that like most of the time I felt like playing this character, like the choices she was making and the way that she was choosing to move through it, made sense to me. I was like, oh right, of course, so yeah.
Yeah, and for my last quick question, I just want to ask, because I do think it's such a funny idea, because poor, sweet, cutie Brandon is just sitting at that table and like none the wiser for the most part from what we know. When you guys are doing something like that, do you guys ever get to have fun knowing that, like, the internet's going to love the premise of that just some dude who's like cute and nice sitting at a table?
Well, you know what? It's interesting that you bring that up because I think that would be the obvious way to look at it, and I think people will be really surprised when they see the movie that that's not really how it feels. And Chris was obviously very instrumental in that, and Brandon's performance is incredible, and
he's great.
And I think audiences will be surprised that it doesn't feel like that.
But also there is a certain kind of like a bit of a trope reversal in terms of like, in many ways Brandon's character is the damsel in distress. He just doesn't realize it for a certain period of time. And so that was, I think, a big part of the fun of the movie too.
Totally.
Sort of getting to kind of play with that stuff.
Yeah. I love it. Thank you guys so much.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.